Good morning, Forrest.
Good morning, Seamus.
So I have a question.
Okay.
What is all this? I keep hearing this conjunction junction. What's your function or something? It's what is it? Jupiter and Saturn?
That's right.
What the hell is that all about?
So on Yule, the 21st of December this year, 2020, there was a meeting, or what's known as a conjunction, of those two planets in our visible sky. So it looked from our geocentric or Earth-based perspective like Jupiter and Saturn were sitting right on the same spot of sky. And it was kind of a big deal, partly because that doesn't happen very often, like at all. And partly because from a magical and astrological standpoint, that is a really ripe opportunity for harnessing energy. So the kind of energy you get with a conjunction like that is jovial and saturnine. Jupiter does things that involve exploration and growth and wonder, the childlike wonder of Yuletide, the amazing feeling of I don't know what's beyond the next horizon, and I'm excited about that, not knowing. The difference between gathering data, which would be more of a Mercury thing, and wondering about what that data means when you put it all together. So it's more of a philosophical and explorational type of thinking when we're dealing with Jupiter. And it's also related to very practical things like prosperity and growth and generosity. When we use the word jovial in the English language, we are often referring to a feeling or an action that is joyful or effusive in a happy kind of way. Now, the complement to that, if we were going to speak in artistic terms, is Saturn. And Saturn is also about growth and about becoming better than we were yesterday. But Saturn prefers to do that in a more paring down, constricting, and limiting way. So instead of charging off beyond the next horizon like Jupiter would have us do, Saturn wants us to go through our closets and throw out what we don't need anymore. Saturn wants us to focus not on what else is there, but what's right in front of us and how much of that is useful. So there's a certain stern nature to Saturn and Saturn workings. This is the planet that we go to when we need things like long-term determination, going after a big goal that will probably take us a long time. This is the planet we go to when we need maturity and patience and diligence and responsibility. And so when these two planets come together in our visible sky, we as magical practitioners can harness those powers as they complement one another, as they support one another. So you get both the expansion and growth and the maturity and diligence. You get the learning of what else is out there in the unexplored world and what is inside us within this unexplored world. So when the two of these planets come together, it's a really uniquely powerful moment for magical practitioners to be able to do some heavy duty personal work, as within, so without. So there's also an opportunity to do some heavy duty societal work. When we're looking at things like generosity and maturity, that certainly does call to mind elected officials, people in positions of authority, people in positions of responsibility whose actions have effects on the greater community. So a lot of the witches and practitioners that I know, including myself, were certainly hard at work at their altars, speaking with these energies and the planets that represent them about the way our culture has been functioning, dysfunctioning, and how it might get better. So that's in a nutshell, from a magical perspective, what the Great Conjunction was all about.
So Paul McCartney meets George Harrison. Got it.
Okay, music nerd. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.